The hair on your head brings dinim. Dinim means brings judgment, because a man has hair growing on his main hair that he has is on his head and on his face. Most men. The hair on the head is a beautification that brings judgment to the person and is therefore not good. And that's the reason why Jews typically have short haircuts, with the exception of the payas sometimes that they can choose to bring. The hair on the face, on the other hand, the holy books tell us, the Zohar Kadosh and different parts of Chassidut teach that actually brings mercy. Brings mercy to a person.
Is it like a way, it's like to cover itself?
No, it has nothing to do with covering. It's this is when you grow your beard, you're bringing mercy to your life. Hashem has more mercy on you because you've grown a beard.
Like a humbleness or
Yeah, but even goyim grow beards, but it doesn't necessarily bring mercy to their life.
No, but
It's just for a Jew, that's a added benefit for growing a beard. Some of the Hasidim, not just from Chabad or Breslev, but people that were Hasidim, that were ultra righteous, like for example the Baba Sali, the famous Sephardi Mikubal. He was so strict on beard that he told all of his students, you're not allowed to even trim it. Not allowed to even trim it. He was very, very strict about not growing a beard. But there are others that said, no, you're allowed to trim it, but you should grow it. But in essence, it's not an obligation.
No, I had a question.
Growing a beard is not an obligation. It's not a sin to shave your beard. It just brings mercy to your life, more mercy to your life, assuming the rest of your actions are following suit, meaning you don't just look religious, but you act religious. Because there are a lot of people that have a nice long beard, but they're criminals. Like, for example, this school that I went to, I spoke at a women's school, at a girls' school in New York, and this guy that pretended to be a Chabadnik came in the middle of the lecture and tried to interrupt. Tried to interrupt the lecture, telling the principal, hey, what are you letting him speak? Don't you know he speaks against the Rebbe? And the principal says, he's speaking for the Rebbe right now. He just gave us a fantastic story about the Rebbe. He says he loves the Rebbe. What are you talking about? Go away. She shoot him away. What are you talking about? Where did you get this stuff? So this guy is a hater, and he wanted to interrupt, but he has a nice beard, though. And they'll use that beard as a nice material to burn him and Gehenom for his stupidity.
But is it allowed to shave?
You're allowed to shave, just not with a knife. You're allowed to trim. You're allowed to trim, but in essence, the safest way to shave your beard is with a trimmer. With a trimmer.
Like a hair trimmer?
The reason is without a knife because it's not safe.
No. It has nothing to do with safety. It's that the Torah says that you're not allowed to destroy the root of several places in your face, the root of the hair. You're not allowed to destroy them. So there are several places a handful of places on your face that if you shave those places with a razor, you'll be destroying the root, and that's the equivalent of 5 different sins. It's like drinking the blood of a pig 5 times.
You can shave the mustache, though, right?
You can shave the mustache, no problem. That's not one of the points.
What about private parts?
No, the Shulchan Aruch says it's very important for you guys to know, because I know guys in this generation are, very concerned about their hygiene, if you will, and everybody thinks they're a Calvin Klein model. But the Shulchan Aruch says that a man is not even allowed to cut with scissors even the hair of his private part or his underarm. Not allowed to cut it even with scissors, meaning, of course, you're not allowed to shave it with a razor. Of course, you're not allowed to trim it with a trimmer, but to such an extent, you're not allowed to touch it at all, even with scissors. Shulchan Aruch. This means everybody agrees with it. Hasidim, not Hasidim, Sephardi, Ashkenazi, everybody. Shulchan Aruch, Halakha.
What's the reason?
Because it's considered an action of a woman. It's considered a feminine act.
Well, what if you don't do it necessarily for a feminine act? What if you do it because it smells better or it
Use
less
deodorant.
you sweat less?
Use deodorant. $5. You can get it for $1 too if you want from 99 cents. It's just not that good. But no, it's Shulchan Aruch says it's actually this is something that I only learned recently, maybe the last year or two. I never knew that the Shulchan Aruch was so strict about that, but apparently it is. It's very, very important for a man to always behave like a man in Judaism, and not a woman. So unfortunately, in our generation, many men act like women And many times you're going to see grown men spend more time in front of the mirror than their wife. You know, they take care, they gel their hair for 5 hours, and they shave and put specific lines and this, and their clothes are really expensive and really, really tight and really this and really that. And by the way, all of this stuff is not allowed. Why? Because when you act this, we spend so much time in front of the mirror, most likely you're going to spend a lot of time doing things that are not right. And a lot of the clothes that men wear in this generation are not modest. Like, for example, a man has no right to wear tight clothes. Like the tight pants, the skinny jeans is a sin from the Torah. It's not allowed. You're not allowed to wear skinny jeans. Not allowed to be. It's not modest. You're not allowed to wear something that accentuates your private parts, even as a man. So you may not like it because it's fashionista in this generation to wear skinny jeans, but you should know this fashion was actually created by the Nazis. Just so you know. Look at the Nazi uniforms. That's exactly their clothes. I actually have a picture on it on my website, I believe. In one of my shiur, the first time I talked about it 3-4 years ago, there's actually a picture of Nazi uniforms. It's skinny jeans. They invented it. So the Yetzer Hara is so smart that he convinced us to look like Nazis and think that we're fashionable.
That's like saying you shouldn't drive a Mercedes because it's a German-made car.
No, you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to drive. You're not supposed to wear those jeans because of modesty issues. Meaning,